And here we go. It's onward ho to another horror movie collection series video for you guys. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys killer bats as well as vampires. I wonder if I should. I'm still kind of debating whether I should do these separate because killer bats without the vampire part is kind of different than like vampire movies. So let me think this through. Should I do a separate video on the vampire movies and then a separate video on my bat? Or should I just put it all together? Well, no, because there's bats in vampire movies. So yeah, I'll just put them all together. Here's what I'll do. I will start with just bat movies, like horror movies that have to do with killer bats going after people that have nothing to do with vampires though. So, here we go. Alright guys, so the first movie I'm going to show you guys is, let's see, Chosen Survivors, which is a crazy, I haven't seen this one yet, but it's like a bunch of bats that are going after people. I have no idea. But it's rare and out of print. I remember I paid a little bit of money for this one because it's kind of harder to find. But Chosen Survivors, this one's pretty early. Let's see, 1974. So 1974, 1960, The Angry Red Planet. Now this one isn't about a bat, but it's actually a bat, rat, spider, crab creature. I know it's kind of weird, but they're like on some planet, and this like bat like rat creature is going after people. I have no idea. In fact, I could have put this in my my horror movie collection about rats and vermin and rodents and stuff like that, because he kind of has a rat face. But anyway, that's that movie. And I got 4 other ones about just bats before I get to the vampire one. First one I have is Fangs, which I don't know what year this came out because it doesn't say. But Fangs, it was a blockbuster movie, and I'm glad it's in my collection now. Anyway, Fangs, this is probably not a lot of people have heard of Fangs, but crazy killer bat horror movie. Next up, The Roost. The Roost. This movie came out in 2005, and it's about some crazy looking bats. This is a Showtime release, so I guess it was like a Showtime bat movie or something, but I have no idea. Looks kind of crazy. Bats are on the cover. I don't know. Next movie, Bats. Oh yeah, it's Bats. And this movie's got some killer bats in it. This movie came out in the year 2000. And there's a lot of crazy bats going after people. Pretty crazy. Let's see. And last up for the bat movies that aren't like vampire movies is Bats Again. Same title, but I guess this one's just bats upside down. And this one's just bats spelled correctly with the A as a bat. But anyway, I have no idea. Bats Human Harvest is what this is called. Pretty crazy looking. Haven't seen it yet. I really have got to get around to watching some of these crazy movies. But I like making the videos a lot better, like, because no one's doing that. No one's putting together, oh, horror movies about cats, horror movies about dogs, horror movies about rats, horror movies about bats. No one's doing that but Spy Cat. And I do it for you guys. So you guys can be like, oh, you know, I want to watch a horror movie. Like, you'll see like one movie about like dogs or cats or bats, and then you'll just be like, oh, I want to watch some more movies that have to do with that. So just tune in to Spy Cat, turn on one of these cat, bat, rat, wolf, dog killer horror movie videos, and you'll see those videos that you, the other ones that you want to see. So now it's time to show you part 2 to the bat video, Vampire Bats. Oh yeah. And this one I actually did put in the right order. That one I kind of got mixed up. Earliest movie that I have of a Vampire is definitely I think Vincent Price. Yeah, Vincent Price. Let's see, The Fall of the House of Usher, which is, old school vampire crap from 1960. Got that one. Planet of Vampires. This is outer space sci-fi vampire movie right here from 1965. Original issue. Let's see. Lust for the Vampire, another, is this Vincent Price? No. Part of the Hammer collection. Lust for the Vampire. Crazy looking vampire movie going on. Anchor Bay, so it's out of print. It's got the original, look at that original freaking cover right there. That's pretty awesome. Collector's item to me. And in 1980, what was that? That was 1970. 17 years after that, in 1987, was one of the best vampire movies of all time, Lost Boys, which I have the old school snapback case cover. What the hell am I talking about? The Lost Boys, Kiefer Sutherland, Corey Haim, a couple other people are in this. The guy from Bill and Ted. But that's the original, and I like the original. I'd rather have, and that is a classic part in that movie. In fact, whenever anyone thinks of the Lost Boys, they're thinking about this part where they're all on the bridge. That's an awesome part, and that's always the part that I remember seeing on TV. And I know I'm getting a little out of order, but I can't show Lost Boys, the first one, without going to the other Lost Boys movie that I have. And I think I'm missing one of the Lost Boys, the newer movies, because I think there's two more. But I have this one, The Lost Boys, The Tribe. Pretty crazy right there. Got a cool, like, hologram switching faces to cover type of thing. Kind of cool. Slip cover, that's how the original cover looks. And this is the unrated version. It came out in 2008. And next up, movie that came out in 1992, Innocent Blood, which you don't see this movie too often. It's an old school snapback version, which is pretty awesome. Not even broken yet till I drop it. Glad to have that. And Kindred, which I only paid a couple bucks for, and I found out that it sells for like 20 to 30 bucks on eBay. Out of print artisan title. This is the Kindred the Embraced, the complete vampire collection, which is pretty cool. I don't know if it's like little different movies or I don't know. It's a double disc. It's got the paper. Pretty rare. You don't see this one too often. Stephen King's The Night Flyer. This one's pretty crazy. This is like a vampire, almost like he's from like another planet type of movie. Pretty crazy. This one is out of print as well. Still waiting on this one to come out with the Blu-ray. But out of print. Stephen King makes some good ones. And that was in 97. Another movie that came out in 1997 was the first Blade movie came out in 1998. Year after that. 1998 was Blade with Wesley Snipes. Great movie, all-time classic vampire movie series. And I also have Blade 2. And like I said, nothing compares to the first movie of mainly all other movies. There is a few movies that the second movie was better than the first movie. I just can't think of them. Terminator 2 was one of those sequels that was way better than part 1. Blade Trinity. Have that one, the unrated cut right there, which came out sometime. Next up, I have Vampires, John Carpenter's. I think it's John Carpenter. Yeah, John Carpenter Presents Vampires. Crazy movie. This isn't the one with James Woods. I don't know. I thought that I had that movie, but I just realized I don't have that movie. I need to get that next time I'm out because I know that there's a Super Bit version of Vampires that I always look at, but I never usually get for the collection because I thought that I had it, but looks like I don't have that one. Next up, Vampires Out for Blood. This movie came out in 2003. Haven't watched this one yet, but it looks pretty crazy. And last but not least, 2006. The cover looks hella old school though. Slayer, which is another crazy looking vampire movie. New spin on vampire mythology. Anchor Bay title. Pretty cool. Got a pretty cool, I guess that's the original cover. Pretty cool. But that ends it for the Bat movies in my collection as well as the vampire movies in my collection. Alright guys, see you next time.